guys, today I'm here with a full face of first and second impressions. We're going to be testing out some new makeup today. I love watching these kind of videos, so I definitely want to film them more. I'm going to be putting some items on my face from my eye mats haul, which I will link to down below. I picked up some things from the Dose of Colors Desi and Katy collection, then also just some new makeup to the market, and then some makeup that is new to me. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by priming my face. I'm using the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. This is new to their line, and I have used this once, and I used it in conjunction with their Ultimate Coverage Foundation, and it lasted on my skin so long. Not sure if it was the primer or the foundation or both, but I wore it for like I took a nap, and I even went to like an event later on that night after napping, and normally like I'll wash my face off and start again, but it looked so good. So I'm definitely gonna have to try out that foundation a little bit more, but the primer is really nice. It's not super silicone-y, kind of like a silicone-y lotion feeling. Doesn't feel like it's gonna slip all over my skin, and it does make it feel super soft. For my foundation today, I'm going to be testing this out. I've had it for a while and I've been meaning to review it, and I actually haven't tested it yet. It is the Giorgio Armani Powder Fabric Foundation. I've always been super curious about the Luminous Silk, but always felt like the word luminous kind of scared me away. And then I also have this gorgeous brush set. It's from Quo. It's their artisan brush set for the holidays. So I'm going to be testing out some of these brushes throughout the video. So I'm wearing this in the shade 8. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. I think it could maybe have a little bit more yellow or goldenness in it perhaps. I think it's kind of neutral, but I should be able to make it work. And let me know if you've tried the Luminous Silk and if you have oily skin. These Quo brushes feel really soft. The head of it is so wobbly though. I don't know if that's normally like that. Yeah, this could definitely use some more gold in it. Looks pale on my skin. I have quite a tan right now. I feel like I've gotten a lot of color this summer. This will probably be my winter shade. I'm definitely looking pale. So far it has like a light medium coverage. I'm gonna build it up. So I'm just building it up a little bit, and I have the Kat Von D New Cream Contour Kit. So hopefully that will warm up my skin a little bit. Definitely not super full coverage. I would say a medium at most. I didn't put on a lot of foundation though. I really have been liking lighter coverage. So let's warm the face up with the Kat Von D Cream Contour Kit. I'm going to be using this one first as kind of like a bronzer to warm things up. And I'm using my e.l.f. small stipple brush just to kind of stipple it onto the general areas. And this is the deepest shade in the palette. This is the e.l.f. contouring brush. Right off the bat, it definitely feels better than the Anastasia Original Cream Contour Palette, because that to me is just a disaster. But I think overall when it comes to cream contour, I like it in a stick form better. But we'll see how this blends out, because that's just always been my issue with cream contours in a pan. They're just always more stiff and less blendable. I'm using a damp beauty blender. Actually, it's not even a beauty blender. It's from Ricky's NYC. It's a store in New York. I think they ship online in the States, but I really like it. It's really similar to the beauty blender. So it definitely blends out nicely, but honestly, I still like my Wet n Wild contour stick better, and my Dior contour stick. I think I just prefer that application, but it does blend out nicely. I have a few other kind of conceal and contour products. The first being the Lock-It Concealer Cream from Kat Von D. And I'm going to use the contour palette to kind of highlight my other areas, but I definitely don't like those kind of creams under my eyes. They're definitely more for brightening and not so much concealing. I'm going to take the yellow here and just run it down the center of my face. Ooh, it's pretty pale. I'd like to see her come out with more shades of the contour palette. Although I think the powder one seems to suit a lot of skin tones, I still think it would be better to have a bigger variety, because she does a really good job with her complexion products. So I'm just going to blend this out. And I have a cream highlighter. I think this is the first time I filmed a video that has cream products in it, and I'm actually going to use them all. I so often just set my face and then I'm like, damn it. And then blending under my eyes. I have just been so in love with Tarte Shape Tape. I cannot get enough of it. To me, literally nothing compares. So I'm curious to try this one, because I know it's supposed to have tons of coverage in there. I still don't think it's as full coverage as Shape Tape, but it is nice. And just to compare, I'm just going to put a little bit more here and blend it out with my fingers, because I realize it's not really a fair comparison, because I generally don't use a beauty blender with Shape Tape. I do really like the applicator on this. It's really nice, super unique. If you're wondering what's on my nails, it is the Sally Hansen Crayola collection. This is in Dandelion. Super pretty. Okay, yeah, that is really nice. I do like this a lot. And for cream highlight, this is a new and limited edition from Annabelle. It's their Perfect Gleam liquid highlighting drops. And I'm just gonna use my finger. They come in like a pinky color as well, and then this is the more golden. And they have a really nice texture, not greasy, not sticky. I love that. I think I would wear this on its own too. So to set my under eye, I'm going to be using the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. It is so cute. It comes in like a little bag, and it even has like little nutritional ingredients. I kept the bag. It's just adorable. And this is in the yellow shade. They have a bunch of different shades depending on your preference. It's a really nice yellow powder. Has a little bit of pigmentation to it, which I really appreciate in an under eye powder. Kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D setting powders from the contour kit, the powder one. So I'm not really baking. And if you do have a deeper skin tone, I think this is a really good one. It's not ashy at all. It has a strong yellowness to it. And to set my face, I'm using the Kat Von D blotting powder. And I don't really know if this is supposed to be used as a setting powder, but I'm going to today just because it's new. It doesn't have a ton of pigmentation to it. I know that it doesn't look that deep, but I really don't feel like it has much color to it. So I think if you have a deeper skin tone, you could totally use it. It's just like lightly tinted, as opposed to like a translucent powder that isn't always actually translucent. So I've done my eyebrows and primed my eyes. It is time to use the Moschino Sephora collection. This is a little palette, and it looks like a purse. It is so cute. And best thing is not only is it cute, but the shades in here are actually beautiful. So I'm gonna start with the shade Clay in my crease. Then going in with the shade Kisses. These are super pigmented, a little bit powdery, so tap off your brush for sure, but blendable. I'm gonna use Pixie Dust on the outer corner and Angel Wings on the inner corner. Just on my finger, these shades look super beautiful, especially Angel Wings. It looks really unique. Doesn't have as much of a pink reflect as I was expecting, but it is pretty. I think you could use it as a face highlight, honestly, if you're kind of fair. And then I'm going to use some of this Cloud Crossing in to blend out the whole look and on my lower lash line. It's a little darker than I thought, so I'm just going to kind of focus it on the outside and just slightly bring it in. I'm going to skip liner so that I can see the full effects of this new mascara from Givenchy. It is interesting because it has a super bizarre... Can't do it. Where is it? Why can't I do it? Oh, bends the other way. Super bizarre kind of tip here. So it's supposed to help you kind of get at the other like odd angles. It makes it really easy to get like right in here. I don't think I've ever grabbed those lashes so well. Overall, I like the finished look. I did have to build it up quite a bit. It is quite heavily scented, but it's super black, gives a really feathery, natural, but still kind of full look. I would appreciate a little bit more volume, but I think when it dries out a little bit more, because the formula is quite wet, it will give you even more plumpness. Okay, I'm dying to bronze my skin. I'm going to be using this from Makeup Geek. It's not brand new, but it's new to me. It is their Deep Skin Bronzer in the shade Burnish, and it does look quite deep. So I'm going to go with a light hand at first. Not powdery at all, which I'm surprised about. Don't love the way my skin looks. I don't know if it's the foundation, if I didn't put enough on. Like I was hesitant to put on too much foundation because it was so pale. And I just have like some acne and acne marks on my skin, and you know like how that can kind of get in the way of a look kind of feeling smooth and complete. But I do like this bronzer a lot. Moving on to blush, I'm actually going to be using a pressed shadow. This is from Suva Beauty, and I picked this up at IMATS, and I was so annoyed that I did not include it in my IMATS haul, but they are a Canadian brand. And after I finished filming, editing, and uploading and scheduled my video, I was emptying out and cleaning up my bags, and this dropped out, and I was like, no! But it's in the most beautiful shade. It's in Lockbridge, and yes, it is an eyeshadow, but I want to try it as a blush, really lightly. This is the Moda Metallics blush brush, and it comes to like a nice fluffy point, so I feel like it is going to be good for super pigmented blushes. I'm just really slowly building it up so not to clown my face. Moving on to something highly hyped up on YouTube is the DesyxKaty Dose of Colors collection. And I feel like I haven't heard anybody mention this. I may have just missed it in a review, but doesn't this look just like the Tarte Holiday 2013 blush palette, I think it was. But this is the highlighter in the shade Fuego. Beautiful packaging. I did pay $20 customs when the package arrived, so that's a bit of a bummer. And this is my first time using this brush from Moda as well. Okay, yeah. As to be expected, it's got a great glow. But it's not chunky. I was afraid it might be too light for me, but I didn't want to go with the Marame shade because that looked like, I don't know, I just wasn't sure about it. Just a little on the upper lip. If you put on too much highlighter sometimes on the upper lip, I feel like it can look like you have a runny nose, and that's not really my goal. I don't know if a red lip is really the way to go, but I bought it and I'm gonna try it. Again, the packaging is gorgeous. I picked up Hot Fire from the DesyxKaty collection. Oh wow. Doesn't totally go with this look, but the lip is gorgeous. Gonna set my face with the NYX matte setting spray. Not my first time using this. I haven't used it a ton, but so here is the finished look. Added a little bit more highlighter while my setting spray was still setting. But overall, I really enjoyed a lot of the products that I tried. Standouts would be the Becca Primer, the Annabelle highlighting drops. Really liked the Sephora Moschino palette along with the DesyxKaty collection. Sometimes when there's collaborations and collections, they can seem a little thrown together, but not the case with either of those items, I think. And then I also really liked the Makeup Geek bronzer. Things I'm a little iffy on are the foundation and mascara from Givenchy. I don't know if it's the foundation brush that I use because I didn't really like that. I don't really like those kind of like Artiste style brushes. I've actually never used the Artiste ones, so maybe they're better, but I just never get the finish that I like. And then the mascara, for the price, it just didn't really give me the results that I prefer. Mascara is super personal though. I really like the brush. I felt like it allowed me to get into a lot of different places, but the actual finished product, I prefer something from L'Oreal or Essence, which is incredibly more affordable. And then the Beauty Bakery powder I actually really like, but I feel like the shade is slightly too yellow for me, so I may just need to be careful with the corresponding concealer that I wear underneath. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!